So you
Yeah,
come
yeah.
up with a plan. So basically, when you know this is where you have to reach, these are the steps how you will reach, and then you start hitting your steps every day. You start actioning on it
Mm,
every day. I decided that I want to bring a change in my personality because I don't like this current Kashira. I don't like her at all. I have ambitions. I want to reach somewhere in life, and I cannot live being scared of. One is always that what kind of English and to what level you want to develop. Because when I started working in multinational companies, I was faced with another challenge that was to understand foreigners. Because my first job was like that, I had to interact with Britishers, and I had huge problem in understanding their accents. So that was a different level of English problem.
So welcome, ma'am. Welcome on my YouTube channel, Iconic Indro. I'm really pleased to have you on my session. And I think that here, like after this video, everyone's life will be simplified by you.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
So, ma'am, could you please introduce yourself to my audience?
Sure. Well, Indrajit, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me. That's really kind of you. And as you've already said, I have a podcast that I host. It is called as Simplifying Life with Kashira. So that goes by my name. And as the name suggests, Simplifying Life, this podcast is all about the fact that how our lives are so simple and how
Mm,
we complicate our lives because of our thinking. All the
yeah.
problems which are not even there in our lives, we keep thinking about them, we keep living in them, and we keep feeling that, oh, we're not good enough, or something is wrong with us. And we keep dwelling in the negative sides of our lives. And that's
Mm,
how I kind of this idea got into my mind because I myself have gone through a lot of challenges in my childhood. Uh,
okay.
and I think it all happens because of the less exposure which we have in our upbringing in our childhood. So I also come from a very conservative family, and a
Mm,
family where especially girls had a very limited exposure to outside world. And when you are born and brought up in a family like this, and if you have high ambitions for yourself, it becomes really difficult to make your mark in the world.
mm,
Because that kind of confidence, oh my God, it takes a lot of efforts and hard works to bring yourself to a level. That's a lot of work.
yes,
So that's
that's
how
true,
I
ma'am.
thought, yeah, and that's how I thought that if I have my experiences and there are few things that I have learned in my life from that trajectory of my life has been, and it will be really great if I'm able to touch even one life and help them in improving. So why not? So that's how Simplifying Life with Kashira was born.
Yeah, I think, and yes, that is very kind of you. And you have created your page on Instagram, and also you are running a successful podcast. So I think that my viewers can get connected with you. I will provide all the links, all your profile, in my description box, and people will definitely check this out. And I think that they will get benefited by your lesson or by your advice.
Well, great. I am really looking forward to this, and that's
Sure,
really
ma'am.
kind of you that you'll share my page link and everything. I really appreciate that, and I'll be extremely happy if there is somebody who is looking for some kind of guidance, something that I can be of help. I'd really love for my channel to reach out to people. So thank you so much for that.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, they will. And so, ma'am, I am just asking a question like issue, uh, severe issue. I think that everyone in his or her life faces. Like sometimes we feel stuck in life because of like failure of examinations and uh, getting bored due to whatever we are doing, we don't like that as a job, so we get stuck in life. So how to get rid of this situation? What is your opinion on that?
Well, Indra, I'll tell you one thing. If we're doing something in life, that is our passion. If we love it to that extent, we can never
Hmm.
get bored out of it. We can never feel stuck, at least because of that, because you love that thing so much in your life that you will put in all your efforts in making sure that you reach closer to your goal with every passing day. Now, I'll address
Yeah.
this also. When you pick
Yeah.
up something under the pressure of somebody else, under the pressure of maybe your parents, your society, your community around, when we pick up something because of external pressure, that's when we start feeling bored. That's when we start feeling that our life is not moving ahead because
Hmm.
your external pressure and your willingness to do it, that is not coinciding. That's not matching.
Yes, yes.
And I'm not sure if you whether you believe in this or not. I am a huge believer of energies, all the positive and the negative energies. They have huge impact on our lives. And when we don't like anything, somehow our mind starts picking up reasons to keep telling you that this is why you're not liking it. This is why this is wrong, or this is why you're not
Okay.
able to move ahead in life. For example, let's say, uh, I'm not able to come up with the example. Let's say somebody tells me to do something which I don't like, okay? And now because my boss wants that I should do it. Okay, let's understand that way. Or if you're a student, your principal or your teacher wants that Indra should be doing this thing, but you're not interested in that project.
Hmm.
You will not be able to dedicate 100% of your positive energy to it. You may pick up that project because your senior has asked, but you'll never be able to
Hmm.
dedicate that 100%, that passion towards that work because you don't like it.
Yeah.
Okay, now that comes to the question, how do we find the passion? It's not
Yes,
easy
yes.
because I'm saying it from my own experience. I have struggled in life a lot. Again, because of my conservative upbringing, I didn't know what to do, which direction to go. Whatever I kept getting, I kind of kept flowing like water. I just did whatever came to me that way.
Hmm.
Eventually, I felt that there is something lacking. I had a very interesting job. I had good money out of it, good place to live in, like almost all the luxuries I imagined I should have. I had it. Then I thought, I feel something is missing in my life. What is that missing thing? And when you reach to that stage wherein you feel that, you know what, something is missing in my life, that excitement, that kick, that thing is missing, that's where your passion is missing. So I was doing
Okay.
everything, but there was something which was missing. And then, if I don't know, somehow, one fine day, I recorded a video for my podcast, Simplifying Life with Kashira. That was my very first video. I just, by that time, I was recording the video and I didn't even have a name to my channel. I didn't even know I have to start anything. I just felt that I have a different perspective of looking at life. I felt that I have a different thought process. I don't think like the majority of people think. And I feel that I should be able to share my experiences with people and help them out. So I picked up my phone and I just placed it like this. It was on my hand, okay, not even a tripod. No light, no fancy light. I was like this and I started recording. And whatever came
Hmm.
to my mind without any script, without anything, I just recorded. And then I needed a place to upload it. So I thought, okay, let me think of some name. One, two, three, blah, 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 simplifying life, da, da, da. I like in 10 minutes, I quickly created my Insta page. It didn't even have a DP, no content, nothing. I just uploaded my first video. That is how I got started. And then I started feeling like when people reached out to me through my first video, they were like, Kashira, you have a different thought process. I really like it. I am amazed that people don't talk about things like this because I don't believe in fancy words. I don't really believe in really high level thoughts. What I believe in is the things which are grounded, the things which I am coming from. I like to talk about the basic things which people do not talk about. So all
Mm,
the problems I have gone through. And then I thought, oh wow,
mm,
this is really great. And then I started kind of slowly building up my page. It is still in the growing stage. And I slowly started building up. And then I thought, okay, I need to do it every Saturday because every day I cannot do it. So that's how you slowly, it's like you slowly start putting every brick every day and see
mm.
how you're building or how your place is coming out.
Yeah,
So yeah, that was a time I felt that I was able to fill in that missing part of my life. So that gives me kick. I feel really excited when I'm able to contribute in anybody's life in any way.
that's really awesome, ma'am. And actually, while uh, browsing your videos, I I got interested because you, like, people are right that you have different thought process. So when, like, it may be like your videos are just neat and clean, and I can say that is crisp. Like, in one shot, people can definitely watch that video and get benefited. So it is very easy to understand your feelings, your thought process. That's very great.
Yeah. Thank
And yeah, ma'am. And by the way, ma'am, how to avoid negative people from life? Because sometimes when we are not getting success or we are on the way, I know that it will take time, but I can't convince the other people or the members of the family. Then how to get avoid the negative thoughts, or how to get avoid negative people?
you. To answer that, I'll ask you a question.
Yeah.
In your community, in your area, in your network, wherever you live, or the people you work with, the people you meet, have you ever met a person of your similar age and they're considered that, oh, this person has got a lot of attitude, or this person is, really rude, or maybe they just keep themselves to themselves, they don't talk much, they like silent people. Have you ever come across any of these kind of people in your community?
Rude people? No, ma'am. I
Yeah,
didn't.
people who don't talk much, they keep their business to themselves, who keep themselves reserved. And any such people?
Uh, like, my very few friends are like that. Like, they don't chat on a daily basis, they don't
Mhm,
call on a daily basis, but sometimes they show status what they are doing, or
mhm.
they are very conservative, I can say.
Conservative. Okay. And these people who do not talk much and who keep their business to themselves, how are they in studies or at work?
uh, like, they used to study well,
Mhm,
and they like never want to share something whatever they have,
mhm.
and they just like, they are kind of self-centered, I guess.
Okay.
It
I'll
seems.
tell you. Exactly. Thank you so much for answering that, Indra. So I'll build upon that thing and I'll give you the answer. In fact, you have answered your own question. So I won't say that to avoid negative people, you have to be rude or you don't have to share good things with people. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm telling you is when you are clear that this is what I want to do in my life, this is what I want to achieve in my life, you've done all your research and you're very sure, and you know that if you will do it in your life, it will bring a lot of positivity, a lot of success in your life. Okay. So the moment You're clear about it.
mm,
So these people, when they are very clear of what to achieve in life, they become so passionate about their dreams that they cannot listen to anyone who's telling them that, you know what, do something else. You know what, this will never work for you. You know what, this will not bring in money. What are you doing in life? This doesn't have
mm,
profit. You know, for example, somebody wants to be a great artist, let's say want to do some painting. People in majority of the people in our community, they'll be like, why you want to become a painter? That doesn't have money until you are really successful.
mm,
So the negative people are always there, but what matters is how sure about where you want to reach in life. The moment you are 200% confident that this is what I want to do, what you have to do is you have to be very rigid about it. You will automatically start filtering all the negative thoughts, whosoever is telling you that, even if it comes from a very good friend, that you know what, Indra, I feel this is really a bullshit, this will not work for you. What you could do is like, well, thank you so much for your suggestion, but I really think this is a right way and I'll pursue with that, or I'll proceed with that.
mm.
So
Yes, yes.
this is what I started doing. I also came across with a lot of negative people in my life. And they kept saying, oh, this will not work, that will not work. The thing is that I have become so sure of myself that I don't need to listen to anybody else. And having
Mm,
said that, that doesn't mean that I'm not open to learn new things. I am 200% open to learn things and keep learning throughout my life. But you need to know whom to listen to and whom to avoid.
yes.
And it is absolutely okay. For example, you go ahead and politely say that uh, I have to study on something. I cannot go out for party tonight. Or this weekend, I'm not available. I've got some important work to attend. When you say things in an assertive way, in a stern way, at the same time, be polite about it, there is nobody who will dare to drag you to the parties. The problem is when we are not sure about ourselves. It's only
Mm,
then that we start getting impacted by what people are saying. For example, if somebody comes to me that Kashira, let's go for a party tonight, but I have an important podcast or an important meeting, I'll be like, well, thank you so much for inviting me, but I'll take a rain check. And that's it. When I'll speak in that tone, they would know they don't have to mess up with me.
mm.
So what I did,
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't rude, but in a very nice sentence, in nice words, and sternly, I said my thanks that, you know what, thank you so much for inviting me, but I've got something really important to do. Let's catch up later. That's it. This is what you have to do to avoid people. It could be your friends, it could even be some of your relatives. And now it becomes difficult because many times our relatives don't understand. And they'll be like, what kind of a person is he or is she? They're always rude, they don't talk. But then you need to come up with a language which they will understand in a very polite way. You do not have to disrespect anybody. In the most polite language, you can tell people what you are up to and what is it that you're not going to listen to. So it all
Mm,
comes from us, that what is acceptable to us and what is not acceptable to us. And to add to that, there's one more thing which I always suggest people, that many times we don't know what we are made of. For example, if you buy any product, you'll see a technical specification, product specification.
yeah,
This mobile has got this kind of RAM, this kind of memory, this camera, so many technical specifications.
yeah, yeah.
But we as human beings, what is our specifications? What are we made of? Are we made of something? What are your values? What is your goal in life? What is acceptable to you and what is not acceptable to you? Until you sit with yourself and you get the answers to your own questions about you, you can't avoid any other person in your life, any other negativity in your life. You have to sit with yourself, analyze yourself, do the introspection, come up with the answer that this is what I am made of, and then go out and see what a difference you'll make in your life and in the world outside.
Mm, yes, ma'am. It's really great. Like, w- it's awesome. I think that it's the session is becoming really awesome, and people are getting interested in your speech, in your way of speaking, and in your the. I think that they are getting clarity in their life. And ma'am, like one interesting question, just I want to know the information from you. Like, what do you believe in manifestation?
Absolutely, 200%.
And yeah, so how to manifest something, whatever I want, or I want to get that in my life, then how to manifest that thing?
Have you ever heard this? I remember when I was a kid, my Dadiji used to say that if you believe in something, you can even move a mountain. Have you ever heard of it?
um, no, I don't know.
Okay, not a problem. So, this is basically to connect that whenever you believe in something so strongly, you make that thing happen. So, your manifestation,
Okay.
whatever you want in your life, what goals you want in your life, for all of these things, you have to do the groundwork first. Manifestation is a very high level word. We have to do the groundwork first. That is number one, which I just told you in your previous question, to understand yourself. And
Mm,
when you are sitting with yourself, take a piece of paper and pen and write down what are you made of? What do you want in life for yourself? What is it that you like and what is it that you don't like in your life? And when
mm,
And trust me, when you start writing it, it becomes more difficult because you get confused that, okay, what is it that I should ask? Or what is it that I should not ask? Either there'll be so many things or either there'll be nothing. So once you sit with your
okay.
piece of paper and when you are jotting down all your goals, it will give you a clarity that this is all what I want in my life. And then pick one goal at a time that this is first thing that I want in my life. Okay. And when you
Mm,
decide that, okay, this is what I want in life, example, if you're a student, or let's say you are a podcaster yourself, right? Suppose you say that I want to grow my channel to 2 lakh subscribers. Okay, let's say. Now, when your goal is that specific, that you want to grow your YouTube channel to 2 lakh subscribers, then you start working on it. It's like you've gotten a project, you have a visibility that this is what I'm working for. And when you have that visibility,
okay.
then you decide what is my process? What all will I do to reach there? Day one, I'll reach out to 10 people. Day two, I'll expand my network. Day three, I'll
Mm,
attend some conferences and I'll hand over my visiting cards to people. I'll bring in more people to my channel. And then their network will get my network better. Okay, I'm just giving you some random examples. So you
yeah,
come
yeah.
up with a plan. So basically, when you know this is where you have to reach, these are the steps how you will reach, and then you start hitting your steps every day. You start actioning on it every day.
Mm,
This is how you start manifesting whatever you want in life. Manifestation is just not about to chant, oh, I need to get it, I need to get it, or something like that. No, you have to be extremely clear. Number one, you have to plan. Number two, and just start working on it. People who action on their goals reach there. Manifestation is all about surrounding yourself with positive energy. When you are positive, And when you think of something and you action on it, that is there available for you. Anything you want in life.
Yeah, really, I am really trying. And after this video, I will analyze myself, and because I have some dreams to complete in my life, so I will start working upon that.
Yes, as absolutely. And I'll say this is where I started. Uh,
Mm,
I come from this conservative family, and though I was educated in one of the high class schools where speaking English was mandatory, even when I was a kid, but because there was no external exposure, I could never build my confidence. I could never speak to people confidently. I always had this huge hesitation of even interacting with some relatives because of the kind of environment I was living in. But the day
mm,
I decided that I want to bring a change in my personality because I don't like this current Kashira, I don't like her at all. I have ambitions. I want to reach somewhere in life, and I cannot live being scared of things in my life. The day, stage number one, the day I sat with myself and I analyzed who am I? What do I want in life? Where am I? What are my fears? What is it that I'm scared of? When I started writing down all these things on a piece of paper, things started becoming so clear. And I was amazed that why I never did it before. And then I realized that, okay, this is my biggest fear because I'm not used to talking to people. This scares me. Whenever I have to meet people or talk to someone, this scares me. Okay, so this is my project number one that I will work on. So out of
mm.
everything that I entered in my piece of paper, I picked up this one thing. I highlighted it and I picked it up that this is what I want to work on. Then I started devising my plan that, okay, what can I do? I think number one, I'll have to talk to more people because I'm scared of it. And when you face your fears more, you become used to it. So I decided that I'll have to talk to as many people possible. It's okay. I'll make errors. It's absolutely fine. Let me keep making errors and let me keep interacting with people and I'll see where I reach. Step two, I'll do this. Step three, I'll do this. All specific things laid out on my paper. And I just knew what to do. Get up and do this. Get up and do this. When your goals are clear, your plans are clear, you manifest whatever you want in life.
And I am just uh, surprised and impressed by your speaking skill English. So my next question is how you improve your English. Like your English is so English and so natural.
Hmm. Well, thank you for that. How to improve English? Okay, look, there are a couple of things. One is always that what kind of English and to what level you want to develop. Because when I started working in multinational companies, I was faced with another challenge that was to understand foreigners. Because my first job was like that, I had to interact with Britishers and I had huge problem in understanding their accent. So that was a different level of English problem. But I'll keep that aside from this piece right now. Basically, what you could do is, or what anybody could do is, again, number one, analyze at which stage of English language you are. What kind of problems do you face? For example, some people are very good with the grammar, but they have problem in framing sentences. So
Mm,
to tackle that, what you have to do is you have to read more. Reading,
okay.
uh, just pick up some nice. You can read fiction as well, though I love non-fiction books because that helps me in developing myself mentally as well. read anything, anything written in English, or if you cannot afford a book, the newspapers which come, or if there is any BBC News is something which has helped so many people. Just tune into BBC News and listen to every word the news anchor says. And they may be
Okay.
speaking fast. If you can control the show, well and good. If not, whatever you're able to understand, either record it for 2 or 3 minutes and play it again and see, okay, what was the sentence which they used to communicate what? That gives you the idea that, okay, if you have to talk about this thing in this way, this is the kind of a sentence you can frame, and
Hmm.
try to repeat it, try to understand it, try to use that sentence. The more and more you will apply that sentence in your communication, it will become part of your communication, part of your English language. That is one way. Reading is definitely a greatest way to improve your vocabulary, to improve your sentences framing, to also focus on how grammatically they are uh, created, how grammatically they are written in the book. That will help you in that way. Another thing, and I think I'm going to tap it to that. The another thing is uh, when you speak English, some people have a different flair of speaking, which really interest a lot of people. Some people speak English, but then it's all like mumble jumble. And it's
Hmm.
it's very difficult to understand for another person that what they said. Maybe they themselves understood, but for a listener, it's difficult. So, this is one thing which I did. I used to pick up a book and I have a reminder of 5 p.m. every day that I have to spend 30 minutes on reading. I pick up any random book and I read it. For example, okay, I don't have a book here. For example, um, there was a dark forest, and I was traveling through a forest on a night of 15th December. Okay, this is a sentence which is written in your book. Now, if you want to have a good flair, good pronunciation of English, what you can do, what I did, there was a dark forest. One dark night, I was walking through the forest on 15th of December's night. If you focus on it, what I did, I stretched every word of mine.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, there was a dark forest. I know I'm looking funny right now, but this is something which helped me so much, and there is a scientific research behind it. If you'll just
Hmm.
type in that screeching mouth, not screeching, I don't know if that's the right word. It's like when you stretch your mouth to read, how it can help you in pronouncing words better. You'll get a lot of content online that helps you in number one, slowing down in your communication, which is extremely important. Number two, it allows you and your mind to understand the word, the sentences, and pronounce it properly.
Yeah.
I guess this is more than enough. If you're able to read on a daily basis, if you're able to read it the way I just showcased, and if you focus on some of these, either a newspaper or BBC news shows, it can take you to a very great level of spoken English. It can really take you far. Hope that helps.
Yeah, ma'am. Definitely. Definitely. And I think that it will really help me as well as my viewers. And yeah, thank you, ma'am, for your like taking time to have a session with me. And it was wonderful, and I have learned so many things. And besides me, my viewers can could get to learn a lot of things they don't know or they don't use. So I think that this session will be really really beneficial to all of them. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Well, it was an absolute pleasure to be part of your show, Indra. Thank you so much for inviting me. And I'm really hopeful that anybody who comes across our conversation will be able to learn and add
Sure.
things to improve the quality of their life and the quality of their communication. So thank you so much once again, and you take care.
Yeah, ma'am. You to take care and hope to see you soon again.
Sure. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye.